All right, again, got my hair done in a different city. I came 15 minutes away. I'm at Community Chest in Alachua, Florida. Another place I've never been. I see fill a bag. It says orange is $3, pink is $5. So we might have to go fill some bags. Let's go see what they have. So as I walked up, they had some garden flags out front. Unfortunately, they had this one at 10 and the other one at 5. And I normally don't pay more than 2 or 3 for those because they'll only typically go for about 15. Now, here's their sign with what is for sale. The cool thing is they had little clip-on tags with the sale of the week. And I've never seen that in other stores. So I think that was really, really awesome. And I actually didn't notice them. They had to point them out to me and they gave me one. So here we have this amazing, it's almost like a decoupage cow head. It was $15, which was a little too much, but it was a really cool piece. And then this pottery piece was nice. It was $3, but it would probably only sell for about 10 to 15. And then over here, this coach is a really, really nice coach. It was priced at 20. I did comp it out and it sells for about 45 to 50 on eBay. If I had been sourcing for myself, that is something I probably would have considered because I feel like it would have sold fast and I would have doubled my money. Normally I do like to more than double, but if it's stuff that sells fast, I do kind of give those a second look compared to longer tail items. Now they did have a couple pillows there. I believe those were priced at 2. And then over here I saw this really cool ribbon candle. It was only $2. And I just thought it looked really unique. And with Christmas coming up, I thought it might be okay. It didn't have any like scent to it. So I did decide to leave it there. I was hoping maybe it had like pine or some kind of Christmas scent that would help to keyword it better. And then I saw this bag. This is handmade little ornaments and Christmas things. So I picked that up for $2. This had cards in it. And I didn't see anything really interesting. And then these plush, I don't feel like would do really, really good. And none of them looked vintage. But this bag is some really cool handmade ornaments. And I feel like those will sell well with Christmas coming up. And those were $2 for the entire bag as well. So I did pick them up. And then over here on this side, there is quite a bit more of like knickknacks and collectibles. I saw this 10 plate, but it was really, really thin. It was only $2, but I don't feel like it would sell for more than about maybe $10. And this one here was priced at 4 or 5. And then this other ribbon candle was priced at 5. And I actually go back and look those up, so you will see that coming up. Now here, this little cardinal nightlight would probably sell for about $20, maybe 15 to 20, and it was priced $4, which was actually a little bit too high. But in the back here, I saw this owl and I absolutely loved it, but the price tag said as is. So I looked and up top there was a leaf missing, and that was so cute, and it might have still sold, to be honest, but with that defect, I decided to put it back. Now, here, this is an absolutely amazing set. These are all carved out of wood. They are from Bolivia, and the price was $5 for the set. So it's 4 coasters as well as the holder, all carved from wood. And I think these will go for about $40 to $50. And again, I did pay $5 for those. And then up top, I saw this glass dolphin, and it said it was vintage, but it didn't look really vintage to me. So it was priced 10. I decided to put that back. I feel like that was probably honestly only about a $15 piece if you were to resell it. Now here was a pair of Merrills, and they were only priced $4, but they had a few signs of wear on them, so I did decide to put those back. And if anyone knows about grasshoppers, I feel like I've seen those before and I still have not looked them up, or if I did, I do not recall. And I was in a little bit of a hurry this day because I wanted to go to one more thrift store. Now, I do want to take this time to remind you guys, I will be at Renninger's in Mount Dora tomorrow, Saturday, and Sunday. That is the 19th, 20th, and 21st of November. So if you are in Florida and are able to come out, it looks like they have over 800 vendors. And I'm hoping I can find some really good stuff and get some really cool video for you guys. And I will be hanging out a little bit, at least, I hope, with George the Antique Nomad. Hopefully not too much, because I'm hoping he's too busy selling things. But I definitely am going to stop by and see George. So here there were quite a few appliances, but nothing that particularly caught my eye. I have never been to this store, so I am really just trying to look over everything. And here were quite a few breakables that were really nice. This is a pansy platter, and it was marked 1989. So when I am trying to look up comps, if you have a date and you have a maker, it is pretty easy to find comps on eBay. So what I'm going to do is look up 1989 Dakin tray, because it has the handles, and you see only two things came up. They were both that tray, but the important thing is how many have sold. So when I look to see how many have sold, unfortunately none sold. So I did decide to leave that there. Now, over here in the corner, this was like a pie plate. It was marked Italy. I couldn't read the name that was stamped in it. It was really, really pretty, but unfortunately it was priced at $30. So I didn't even take the time to look that up. I just don't feel like the resale value would be there. And then this Studio Pottery bowl was actually marked 20. So they definitely value their pottery and glass here, which is fine because that's something that I value and find is very nice as well. But there are some good deals. This plate was $1, but it wasn't marked. And these were Danskin. They were marked $3. I looked them up. They do sell for about $20 to $25, but at $3 a piece, that just would not make very much as far as resale. And this was a bunch of clear glass. There are a few colored glass pieces, but there was nothing that particularly caught my eye that I looked closer at. They have some beautiful pieces of furniture in here as well. And I always look through the old cups because some of those can be valuable. So make sure you look through cups, because if you find old Tervis and any like sports team ones, those tend to sell. Now I looked in the stamp store because I was hoping to find some Martha Stewart hole punches. So if you look at Martha Stewart punches, they sell really high. And then this is embroidered. It was only $2.50. I believe these are Beatrix Potter rabbits, and I'm not sure what they are embroidered on. It might be just unfinished embroidery pieces, but I feel like those will sell regardless of what they are. I do not know for how much, but they were only $2.50, and I believe there are two different ones in there. So I definitely think that was worth taking a chance on. And as you see, this store is really big. Now, I saw this Chucky Cheese Cup and I'm like, oh, Dalton would love it. And then I remembered Dalton hasn't been to Chucky Cheese, but I did get the cup because I would like to eventually take him to Chucky Cheese. And then I am obsessed with bottles and cups, just like I am with pens and notebooks. So this was a really nice stainless steel bottle for $3, and I did pick that up for myself. There are tons and tons of books here, and I did not have time that day to really look through, but I wanted to take a look at the jewelry and see what they had. This was just like a little trinket box. It was not marked. And
Which is fun for me because I get to go thrifting.
I saw this jewelry jar, and it had quite a bit of stuff in it.
Yeah,
and I was trying to see if I saw anything that I thought might be valuable. There were some nice pieces in there, and I think she only had this priced at $5, which I think is very reasonable. But there was nothing in there that caught my eye, and I really didn't want to get something where you guys had a lot of stuff left over that wasn't worth listing.
The QVC beauty
stuff. Now, here are their DVDs and VHSs. I actually have been on the lookout for a Cars VHS. If you guys do not
That's the
know,
stuff I like.
Cars by Disney was the
it's
last
crazy. Like,
movie
'cause
that
it's
went out on
discontinued, so
VHS.
people go crazy
And it
over
actually is not in a clamshell from what I've seen. It's just in a box, and it sells for over $1,000. So put Cars VHS on your Bolo list if you have one, or notate that in your head, because that is absolutely amazing one. Now, this was a series I wanted to just check and see. They had it priced at $6, and it looks like it only sells for about $6.99 on eBay. So
actually,
we put that one back. And always look out for magazines that might be,
decent amount of Tiffany,
you know, for any hobbies or collectibles or things like that. And I did not see any there that day. I didn't even notice that 10-cent bucket. I didn't even look in the 10-cent bucket. There was a lot of stuff here. I took like a short second go around. I did not take a long one.
So I do a live sale once a month on.
It's just overwhelming. There's a lot of stuff. And that does happen when you go to new stores before you kind of know where you want to concentrate in a new store. So you have to explore and kind of learn and figure out what they have and where it is. And they did have some toys, but I didn't see anything that really caught my eye. I saw Toro on that, and I was hoping it might be a lawnmower part, but it was a helmet. So I did decide to leave that. And then this shirt here is actually really nice. So what I'm looking for now are orange tags. And unfortunately, there were not a ton in there, but there was a big rack out front. And I actually did not get footage of the rack out front. So I want you guys to stay to the end, because I did grab some stuff off the rack out front that were orange tags that were the lower fill bag. I think they tried to pull the majority of stuff out, but there was still some orange tags in here. They were just very, very sparse. And most of these, I feel like, were priced like $3 to $4. But I wasn't seeing any that would be worth it, again, to double. That Tommy Hilfiger, I was on the fence. That was actually a pretty cool color block, but that was a full price tag. It didn't have any discount. They had 3 colors that were either in the fill-a-bag sale or they were on sale for 50% off. So they did have a lot of sales, but I wasn't seeing a ton from them. There were Wrangler shirts there, the Wrangler Pearl button-up snaps, and those, I believe, were $4. And they only sell for about 15 to 20 for the plain basic ones. So I did decide to leave those. Now, that was a Dr. Pepper SEC shirt. But again, I think that one was a full price one as well. And I was trying to kind of find the deals where I could offer you guys stuff for a little bit cheaper. Now, this is kind of funny. And the store owner's actually beside me talking to me while I was looking at recording. And we were just chit-chatting about eBay and things like that. And she actually sells online platforms. Now, this one is Drill. I've not heard of this brand. I did not comp it out, but it was an orange tag and it was a cheap fill-a-bag, so I decided to pick it up. And I still didn't comp it when I was doing the video, so I think that'll go for at least like 15 bucks. So now here is a Florida Gators Outback polo. If you guys do not know, the Florida Gators are not doing very well lately. I love this wolf shirt. And now I believe it was priced at $5. It was not vintage though, because it did have the screen print as far as like the brand and the size, but it was still a pretty cool shirt. And anyways, so getting back to the Gators, I'm not sure how well Gator merchandise is going to sell right now. Unfortunately, the Florida Gators have not been doing very, very well. So I saw some Gator shirts and I'm like, maybe not. I think they were priced at like $3. You'll see them here in a second. And I was telling her that I didn't think they would do very well. Now, this one is an Alaska shirt, and you guys know I love picking up the destination shirts. I think it was a 2X, so I think it'll actually sell for probably about $15. And here are some more Gator shirts, and I was just like, no, I don't think I'm gonna pick up too much Gator stuff right now. We gotta tighten our game up a little bit before I start really picking up a lot of Gator stuff. Now, I am checking out the jeans. Unfortunately, most of them were at about $5. I was looking at those Levi's because they looked older, and I was looking for the Big E. If you guys do not know yet, the Big E on Levi's are vintage. I believe they are 1970s, and they can sell for a lot of money. So if you see Levi's that look old, definitely look at that tag and see if that E in Levi's is uppercase or lowercase. If it is uppercase, I would pick it up. And again, most of these you see are 5, which is just a little bit too much when you're doubling. Now, some of them are orange tags, so they would have went and fill a bag sale, but I didn't really see any good brands that were worth picking up even in the fill a bag sale, unfortunately. But I always look, because you guys know, yesterday I found tons of good jeans. You just really never know what you're going to find. Now, here they had like different craft stuff, and I always look through because I look for cross stitch, and here was a cross stitch kit, but it didn't have the picture, so I actually don't know what that was. And this one though was Noel in Love. It was vintage with the frame. That one was $3. I did pick it up with Christmas coming up. I think it should go for $20, $25. I did not comp it out, but with the vintage little plastic frame and it being Christmas, I think that one should sell. Now here, this was a Jan Lynn. I believe she had it priced at like $15. It had all the thread. So when you find cross stitch kits like this that still have the barcode on them, you can pull out your phone, use the eBay app, and you actually hit the photo part and you can scan the barcode. And you're going to see me do it here in a minute. And so I just scanned the barcode, and they were only selling for about $10 to $15. There were 8 listed. There were none sold. So as cute as that Janlin was, I did decide to put it back. When you find items with some listed and none sold, they probably are not that popular. You've already got a couple on the market. And when I say none sold, that means none have sold in the last 90 days, because that is what you see in the eBay search history when you are looking at sold comps. Now, this one was really cute too, with the duck and the rabbits. It was kind of a little bathroom one. And again, I just pulled out my phone, scanned it, and you can see some of these were listed as low as $7. There were 16 listed and 1 sold. Again, that shows you that the sell-through rate is really low, and that item is probably going to take a very, very long time to sell. So that is not something that I would recommend picking up. And now we are looking at maternity clothes, and they were yellow tags, so I think they were half off. But for me, in these stores that have bag sales, unless it's something really, really good, I would prefer to find stuff that's the tag colors that I can do a fill a bag sale. Now, here are some scrubs. These were priced by the piece. I believe they were $3 a piece. And when you double that to 6, a lot of times with scrubs, you can only get $10 to $15 unless they are something amazing, and just so solid colors don't always go very high. So I left them there, and I don't know when they changed their colors. That's not something I asked, and it might be something that I should have asked, because that way, if I know when they are going to change what can go in the bag sale, some of these scrubs would be absolutely amazing in a bag sale. Now, here, I love these, and if anybody knows anything about these, please tell me. This dress is handmade. It was $5. It was not any discount though, or $4. So beautiful, but that would have been $8. And then all of these clothes were made in India, and there are some amazing ones I'm going to show you guys. Now, that I think was a Vera Bradley purse priced at $5, which again with the doubling is just a little bit too high. So if any of you know about these, I feel like this is almost like a belly dancer costume. It had like the little beads that shake, and it was not priced very high. I feel like these were priced pretty well. I want to say they were like $6 to $7 per outfit, and they're all handmade, and they were absolutely, absolutely beautiful. Yes, $7 for 2 pieces, but there are no sizes since they're handmade, so I would have to measure everything out, or whoever got them. So I did decide to leave those, and I'm going to show you guys some more, because these are just absolutely beautiful embroidery handmade pieces that are just, they're gorgeous. And I really almost wanted to ask her how much for all of those, because I just thought they were pretty. I did, and you'll see, I did try to look some up. Now, there were some scarves here, but I didn't notice any that were name brand. That is kind of what I am looking through. So when I look for scarves, I try and look for ones that are branded and have the name on them, because those tend to sell a little better. Now, when I buy lots, I'm not overly picky that everything has to be branded, and I will just use keywords to try and sell the scarves that are not branded. And then on this side, there's some more beautiful, beautiful handmade Indian clothing. Again, $7 for a two-piece, and actually they were half off. So those would have been $3.50. I was so on the fence about that. If you hear Dalton screaming, I apologize. His sister is home from college and they are running and playing and not being very quiet. So if you do hear him screaming, I apologize. Now, here I'm trying to search by picture, and I found this one dress that was handmade, and it's not exactly the same, but I wanted to see how much it sold for. And this one was listed for $60. But again, I really don't know the information, so I didn't feel confident getting those, even though they were pretty. I can tell you if they were priced a little bit less, I probably would have taken a chance on them. But with no size and really hard to find comps, I did decide to leave them. And there were so many. They were very, very beautiful. Now here we are in like women's like jackets, sweatshirts, and nothing was overly standing out to me. And then now we are in the women's jeans, and it's kind of crazy because this store's 15 minutes from the last. I found tons of jeans at the last one, and then at this one I didn't end up picking up any jeans. So, you know, you never know what you're going to find. Keep an eye out. Those were Hollister jeans, but they were still $5, and that is just a little bit too much to be able to make a profit. All right, let's see what else we can find. More jeans. I'm not sure how these jeans are really separated. So those were Massimo, which I believe is a Target brand. There are some sweatpants, but nothing that really overly caught my eye. And these are the shorts. I always look through the shorts as well. The yellow tags were half off, but there was nothing that really stood out to me on this rack. If you guys see me passing stuff, please let me know, because that way when I go again, then I will know to look at stuff that you tell me that I missed the first time. So more scarves, just making sure that I didn't miss anything. I'm telling you guys, I kept going back to this clothing made in India, and it was just absolutely amazing. A couple did have made in India tags, but most of them were handmade. And now I'm going to try again to see if I can find anything. Sometimes you get a feeling about stuff, but my feelings can be not right all the time. And Brad called me. Okay, we took a break. Now up front, this quilt was $50, but it's absolutely amazing, and I do not feel like $50 is a bad price. I think you could probably get 100 to 150 online. It's a really pretty pinwheel, and it was just a absolutely gorgeous quilt. And then I saw this Ted 2 doll, and I thought it would be worth a lot of money. They had it priced at $30, so I scanned it. There is nothing. So I go to sold. I'm like, oh, maybe they all sold out. Nope, absolutely nothing sold. So then what I do is I go ahead and type in Ted 2 plush, and you can see here there are some for like $20-$25, and again they had it priced at $30. And I thought about getting those pillows, but I didn't. I'm not sure why. And I went back to this candle because I really like the candle. As I said, I might have to get some of these candles for me. So I looked up Christmas ribbon candle, and you can see some are selling as low as $7. So I did decide to leave that. But let's go look at everything I got now. And a lot of it wasn't captured on video. All right, guys. So up first, I'm going to do everything that's not closed except for that shawl. In this first box, there's this Paragon Needlecraft Noel Love. I think this is probably vintage. It's got the fabric, the frame, and the thread. And then this really cool Alaska sun catcher. There's 2 bags of vintage ornaments. There's this awesome Bolivia. Look at this. It's carved from wood, and then so are the coasters. This is like really nice. So I paid $5 for this. This might go for like 40 to 50. This one I'm thinking 15, probably 20. I would do 20 on that. I don't know what these are. So this is cross stitch, and it looks like Beatrix Potter rabbits. Those tend to sell very well. So they were $2.50. There are at least 2. There might be more. And it might be just raw started cross stitch. I don't know, but I think either way it will sell. And then this really awesome shawl. I only paid $3.50. So everything here, I actually paid $19.50. So this box will be $39 plus $15 in shipping. So it will be $54 for all of this. And then this box, I paid right at $15 for. So this one is going to be $30, and it includes this Alaska t-shirt. These women within look like they sell for like 20 bucks good. These are 1X. They're in amazing condition. There are 3 of them. This vintage Haymaker looks like it's an Izod brand. It's vintage, made in the USA. I think it'll bring 20 up to 40. These are some kids Wranglers, but they're like size 18. This really nice Arizona sweater. This is a drill shirt, and then Ralph Lauren button up. So these are probably all bread and butter, but hopefully they will sell fast. So again, I paid $15. This box will be $30 plus $15 shipping, so it will be $45 total. And then that box. So Dalton, would you like to tell him hi? He's having his dinner right now. Want to tell him bye-bye?